When I first met the designer and he showed me his original prototype of the WASP, I got very excited. On researching it, I realized there's nothing like it on the planet. A WASP has been designed by a firefighter with over 16 years experience on the ground fighting fires every wildfire season.
The original intent was to build it like a fire truck. When a fire crew walks up to it, they open the drawers, everything has its place. We decided that we were going to use the best products on the market. We've incorporated ball door electric motors for all of our pumps. 25 kilowatt ball door generator, diesel, extremely reliable. Not only are these products the best on the market, but they're available around the world.
The WASP can easily be deployed by any full-size pickup truck. It's designed to be as lightweight as possible so it can be pulled up logging roads and brought into the bush as required. Some of the factors of the WASP that make it ideal for wildfire fighting is that mobility factor, the fact that it can draw water from any water source up to 600 feet away and even longer with additional pumps installed. This makes the WASP completely different than any other sprinkler systems on the market. The WASP is totally self-sufficient. Once it's deployed, it can operate for up to 3 days in standard mode, continuous operation without any manpower required whatsoever. The WASP can draw water from any water source from up to 600 feet away from the unit itself. With optional pumps installed, it can draw 2 to 3 times that distance as required. The standard pumps can also draw up to 100 feet vertical, so if you have a ravine or a creek that's down low, it can pull from that water source.
The suction pump that we would draw water from for the water supply will fill the tank. It comes standard with 600 feet. It's a 5 horsepower ball door motor. It's a semi-trash pump, so we can induce some gravel and things like that into the pump, which of course you're going to get when you're pulling from creeks and streams and things like that. But it is capable of pumping that debris through with no damage to any of the system.
The WASP can draw from numerous water sources. Anything from creeks, streams, lakes. Salt water does not affect the WASP. Even from swimming pools, ponds, man-made lakes in a national park or a municipal park, the WASP can draw water from it.
We've also got an option that we have a electrically controlled valve that the computer system will open when you connect to a fire hydrant. So what we would do is we turn the fire hydrant on, it would run to the unit through this valve, and when the water tank senses that it's low, instead of signaling our water pump to turn on, it opens this electronic valve, fills the tank fills, it's shut off, and waits for the next operation.
The WASP is very easy to operate. Our design technicians have made sure that anyone can operate a WASP on minimal training. The computer panel is designed for easy access, and it removes access from untrained operators. Everything is password protected. Once the unit is deployed, it's unmanned. You do not need to monitor the unit. Once it's programmed, you can activate an on and off from any cell phone, satellite phone, or computer that has connection to the internet. The foam injection on the WASP is state-of-the-art. It's a Scotty's injection system easily adjusted by the operator to allow the penetration levels they require for water. When water is so valuable, we don't want to waste any of it.
One of the main design features of the WASP is control. We have electricity. Once you've got electricity in the bush, you have an infinite amount of possibilities. So what we designed is a control panel that is run by basically a computer system that is as powerful as the one you have sitting on your table at home. With the electricity in the field, we have the capability to bring in our satellite systems that are going to monitor weather patterns and for remote starting. So if we have deployed the WASP on a remote well site, for example, in northern Saskatchewan or Alberta or anywhere in the world, they now have the ability to dial into that system, check the weather patterns, and make the decision whether they want to start pumping water on their facility or not.
The WASP solves numerous problems, especially in wildfires and urban interface wildfire situations. The WASP has numerous advantages over any other products on the market today.
On the front of the WASP, we've got our valve bank, which is where we make all of our connections for our sprinkler lines. We've got our 7.5 horsepower ball door pump, 320 gallons a minute, connected to a single 3-inch cam lock fitting with extra forestry lines, which are standard through North America, right there on the front of the trailer. We've also got a valve that controls a sprinkler head on top of the system itself. So if the fire is advancing and we want to sprinkle the system itself down, which of course it is completely CSA and UL approved for washdown situations, we can turn that valve on and it will self-sprinkle. On the WASP we have 10 drawers beneath the main water tank. Those drawers are on 350-pound drawer slides. That's where we're going to store all of our hose and all of our fittings. Each individual drawer has a T-lock stainless steel handle that's not only keyed alike with all the other drawers, but are also padlockable. Everything is powder coated, stainless steel pulls, all padlockable, all the drawer handles are keyed alike to start. So if we were to sell a unit to a district, a small town, and they had specific keys that they would like to use, we can padlock the whole unit and have all drawers keyed alike. Each drawer on the WASP is powder coated. We use no paint. The black inside the drawer is an epoxy-based powder coat. We use a yellow powder coat on the outside, but it's also custom colorable to any requirement that a customer may need. The yellow that we're using at the moment is starting to be accepted as an industry standard globally. It's RAL 1016, which in fact Europe just recently switched all of their emergency vehicles over to. Some of the standard equipment that the WASP comes with is 1,500 feet of 2-inch lay flat hose, 30 industrial grade sprinkler heads, all solid brass, adjustable, 360-degree pattern. It comes with all of the T's and all of the fittings and adapters that you may need in limitless situations on a wildfire. The key to fighting wildfire properly is to be adaptable to a situation that may come up suddenly. So we're supplying all of our fellas in the field with what they need to do the job. On the WASP we have numerous locations for emergency equipment. We've got shovels, axes, even a location for a chainsaw. Each WASP is supplied with a standard accountability station. It's a tag-in, tag-out system. No one arrives on the fire without tagging in, no one leaves the fire without tagging out. We located the accountability station on the front of the trailer, driver's side, enabling the driver of the pickup truck to see it in his rearview mirror.
The unit can easily be spotted by workers on the ground in the dark and also by aerial helicopters or planes that can use the WASP as a signal beacon with GPS locators so they know exactly when the WASP is operating and where it's operating.
Our electrical control panel is CSA certified, UL listed, built by a manufacturer in Kelowna, British Columbia. It houses all of our major electrical components, from the control system for the pumping right down to our communications package. One of the optional pieces of equipment that we can deploy with the WASP is a remote electrical distribution center. So what we can do is we have two 50 amp 125 250 volt receptacles on the generator that we would plug in a 50-foot cord, and it would go to a CSA UL listed power distribution center that just lays on the ground. You can plug in about a dozen 20 amp ground fault protected receptacles on that unit for powering up all sorts of things, whether it's emergency lighting, first aid station in a situation where a town has been burnt to the ground. One of the interesting things that can also be done with the WASP is for dewatering applications. In situations where there's flooding versus wildfire, we can move water at a high rate from one location to another, whether it's trying to dry up an area that's been flooded from a dike burst. Could be anything like that.
When I first saw the prototype of the WASP, I was absolutely amazed by its functionality. How it can really revolutionize the way forest fires are fought, and it's absolute astounding that nothing is like it anywhere on the planet.
The WASP has been built by firefighters for firefighters.